car from the warehouse where it was shipped. So it's the first time we've seen it in a few months.
I'm gonna see if it stops. Oh, that's not good. Nope.
It's been one of my bucket list items for a long time, and I met Rod through some friends and just, you know, happened to work out that he needed a navigator.
Well, we're hoping to finish, that's the most important thing for us. And wonderful people, wonderful cars, wonderful scenery, and a great adventure.
We're here to actually do what Auguste Pons tried to do in 1907, and that is taking a Cantal Moto 3 from Beijing, from Peking to Paris. And we're at scrutineering, so the car has to be examined, papers has to be looked at, and if all works well, we'll start off for Paris.
I've never done a thing in comparison like this, so that's the big challenge. I have no idea what's coming. Maybe that's an advantage too.
How far did he get?
He got stuck without petrol in the middle of the Gobi Desert, and he waited 2 days. And after those 2 days, he started walking back to Peking. He was found by a caravan who actually did the last 150 kilometers with him, but he nearly died.
So what are you hoping for?
Not to die.
It was one of the things on our YouTube bucket list, and here we are now.
It's just such an epic rally, and I initially read the book, the original book for the 1907 rally, and it struck a chord with me, and I thought I'd really love to do it.
This is the must-do rally, isn't it? Peking, Paris. You've got to do it. You've got to get through Mongolia, you've got to get to Paris. You smash your car up in Mongolia, and then you survive to the end. You've got to do it. So we brought our best car to give it a go.
He's a proper man.
We are taking this lovely 356 around the world and racing it in every continent. So the Peking to Paris is going to be our Asia and Europe event. We've raised a bunch of money, and we're donating money along the way in all these cities that we're stopping for our rest day. And we are giving money to those organizations that are fighting child trafficking in their area.
Well, it's my second attempt. My daughter really pushed me into this, and I was hesitating initially because obviously one never has the time to do something like that. And finally I gave in, and we did it in 2013, and I must say I liked it. That's why I'm coming back.
We wanted to do something very special, and we decided to go direct to the highest and most difficult rally.
I did one 3 years ago, and I had to do another one. Couldn't get it out of my system.
We have always wanted to do this rally. We found it in 2012 when they did the Trans-America, and we've been working really hard to get here ever since.
It's our very first rally. We've never done a rally before, so this is a bit like diving in the deep end off the high board, I think, and we're thoroughly looking forward to it, but a little bit apprehensive, I would say, as well.
To tell you the truth, I'm not sure what to expect. We're sort of being told to expect everything. We could have some good weather, some bad weather, water crossings, dust storms, all sorts of things. So we just take it day by day.
Make it to the end and experience Mongolia. That's really what this is all about.
I think so. Yeah.
I think we just go for the fun.
Hopefully we'll still be married at the end of it, and I think it's just going to be the voyage of a lifetime.
The car is a 1910 white steam car. There are only 3 real white double M's still in existence that are real original cars. This car is a very original car.
I'm feeling very nervous at the moment. Just all the apprehensions building up, but I'm sure once we get started, it'll settle down again then.
Our first rally in our life. It's really an experience. A little apprehensive, but happy.
We attempted this 3 years ago. This time, yes, we're ready. Oh, this time we're going to make it to Paris.
Wish us luck. Pray for us. They're ready for it.
All the way from California, with love, around the world.
First day was a heavy one, 605 kilometers we did.
It's an amazing day from 6 in the morning till 7 at night. Did a lot of miles, fantastic countryside, unbelievable views that we saw.
It was pretty good, quite intense. We had a good time. We liked the routing. We were impressed with the Chinese highway system. With them with more off-road, but we had a fair share of good roads, and yeah, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it started off with a bang. We had a interesting route in the morning. It was quite rough and got us in the mood of it all.
Yesterday we wanted to just get the bumps and grinds worked out, so we took a slightly shorter route, but not too shorter. And yeah, we'll do the whole route from here to Paris.
450 kilometers today.
We're having trouble with backfires. This is where the petrol ignites under the burner plate, and it's pretty spectacular. You get big sheets of flame out from under the car, and you've got to turn the gas off really quickly.
The car of our friends is without petrol. We stop and we try to get some petrol from our tank, and we try to give them assistance.
Yesterday, there was a lot of traffic yesterday. We got caught up in roadworks, but today's going really well. Much better.
Whereabouts are we now, did you?
Navigator.
So far it's been very easy. The biggest problem is a dirty windscreen so far.
It was just a complete blast from the time trial this morning, which we really had a great time in with all the dust and dirt. Had a great run with the Healy. The Healy guys are awesome. Didn't make any mistakes navigating, so I'm proud about that. And otherwise just ecstatic about everything. And can't wait to get in Mongolia tomorrow. It's always just a pipe dream. I never thought this would be a reality, but my friend Kurt here called me up almost 3 years ago and said, I really want to do this event. Here we are 3 years later. So to me, this is a life's dream. I could get very emotional talking about it. It's just wonderful.
Now we are really looking forward to crossing this border into Mongolia to see what's coming there. We heard so many things about it, how wonderful it is, and also challenging.
Hey, have to make a good first impression in Mongolia. First impression is always the best.
something broken about the mechanic inside, and I hope we can fix that.
Mongolia is something else, that's for sure. You see 99 bumps, but 1 out of 100 you don't see. We feel it in our back and in our knees and in our joints, but that's why we came here. So tired but very happy.
Well, seeing Mongolia for the first time for me, and it was a wild, big expanse and great driving. It was good fun.
It was quite a day yesterday, but today is going to be the real test. If we're running against the clock today, we should do all right.
We had a great day yesterday. It was a little bit rough in the dust for the early going, but we managed to find the waypoints and the sights were amazing. Herds of camel are not something we see in Canada.
I guess it's a nice way to spend time with my dad. We've had quite a few arguments so far. It's because my dad thinks he can drive and navigate. But slowly he's realizing that he can't, and so now it's getting a bit better.
We've done about 1,400 kilometers. I learned a lot because the Continental is handling very badly in the sand and on the tracks. But I'll know much more by the end of the day. If we can make this, we have a chance. If not, we'll have to think and find the right way to get through Mongolia.
We seem to have an electrical issue and the engine won't run. Mechanics and sweeps will be here probably in a couple of hours. We could be stuck here for a while.
The rough terrain, we must have misjudged something, easy done, lots of stones, boulders, gullies, lost part of the exhaust system. The clamp broke in the middle. And here we are now trying to fix it the best we can to get us to Ulaanbaatar.
I hit a bum in the road. I couldn't avoid it.
Well, our car broke gloriously, so figured trying to help them get theirs charging.
The shock absorber had some problems, I don't know what. But in any case, we are here waiting for the assistance.
Since we'll be waiting a while for a rollback.
I'm asking for a favour while he's already broken.
2 flat, but we've got 2 spare ones, so no flat board today.
My husband is a bit worried, but I think it's okay and we'll be all right. I hope so.
The accelerator pedal got blocked at full speed. There was so much powder getting into the carburetor, and we had to stop the car, otherwise we would have blown the engine.
We're going to get towed into Ulaanbaatar. My daughter has a friend from college who is Mongolian and is here in the country right now. And she just spoke to him and she said he can help me find an engine. So what I'm trying to do is get his contact info right now so I can see if I can find one. Julesy.
Yesterday was just a superb day's rally. It was just non-stop, start to finish. No time for eating, changing punctures, going, even going to the toilet turned into a competition.
So yesterday we had about 350 kilometres of really rough roads to do at a reasonably high average. We did them all, we loved it, it was really good. So today's just been a day of solid spanner checks, seeing what we banged loose.
Maria, you normally have
an army of mechanics to do this sort of thing.
That's true, yes. My daughter is not the best mechanic, so I have to do it myself.
Yesterday was tough. We found it especially so because we were just carrying too much weight. So we've been on a weight-saving exercise. It weighs about 30 kilograms. So the back end of the car was just bouncing up and down. And as a result, we were just constantly chirping the tires on the inside of the wheel arches.
Well, the car's a Bentley, and Bentley made the car with colonial spec. And what they meant by colonial spec is they really strengthened the suspension. They put 2 extra leaves at the back and much stiffer springs. Quite a lot of these cars got used by colonial officials. So the colonial spec was a sort of Land Rover that looked a little bit smarter.
I loved the mix of fast gravel. You know, watching out for those rocks was really exciting. We got airborne a couple of times, cracked the windshield, but that was about the worst that happened.
So far it's going fine. The car is doing well. Yesterday we had checked all the nuts and bolts, and I hope it will go on fine.
The car's been going great. But yeah, 95 years old, but she feels brand new. Well, she rides beautifully in the desert, better than the highway. She just rolls over the bumps.
We had some problems the first 2 days. Missed one time control. I've got some nervous energy in me, but I've always learned that to be a little nervous is good. Never be too overconfident.
And you're looking quite relaxed.
We're totally relaxed.
Totally relaxed.
We're actually the dream team. Gives us comfort.
I can't wait to sleep in our tent again. I'm done by this hotel. We had a big oil leak, and I think the engine blocked, and I think we should go back to the garage. How's it been going for you guys?
Well, we're leading the classic at the moment, but we've got a long way to go.
Well, we're starting to have a really good day 6, and then our clutch gives out.
Well, I have to say this is completely my fault, but I'm pleased to say the only thing that's injured is my pride. And my wonderful navigator was calling this gully down from 1,000 metres. And when I saw the gully, it was a little bit too late. It's going to need some body work in Russia.
This is the banana skin that we think we slipped on.
It's all fine. The car is back up, thanks very much to Andy and Nikolai who came and towed it away. And it's up and running, so we're back in the race.
It's been a rough road today, definitely. A lot of rocks. We lost a mud flap, but the car's pretty good overall. Just gotta take care of the equipment. That's the main thing.
Look where we are tonight. This is just absolutely wonderful.
Next time I'm going to ask the Mongolian gods to get rid of some of the dust, but otherwise we've had a really good day.
Bit of a parson's egg, going well right up to the point where we broke a leaf spring.
What we have on the dashboard is the Eiffel Tower, so my navigator knows where we're headed.
So we've lost our exhaust for the second time, and this time when it fell off, it punctured the fuel tank as well.
What are they going to do to the car tonight now then?
Take the buckle wheels, move to the back, sort out the puncture. Lots of stuff still to be done. The night is young.
Yesterday was another 7 hours in the car, which went really well. Roads are incredibly rough, probably rougher than I thought, particularly if you're trying to make your time.
We were first in class and we weren't going to hold that for long obviously, but I think we've probably gone down 2 or 3 places yesterday.
For me, mentally, it's exhausting, tiring. The car is in good shape and we just take it one day at a time.
We've had a few moments, mainly due to human error, but it's we can live with it. We have. Not where we want to be, but you can't help bad luck.
Now, this man that we've got taped to our bonnet bought the car new back in 1926. I found his picture on the internet, so I've had it reproduced and I'm taking it with me everywhere we go, because I just think it'd be a nice thing for him to come along with us.
So where are we now?
I don't know.
Geez, I don't know. You'll have to ask my navigator.
Our wheel fell off, so we're fixing it now.
Got through all the bumps today, no problem. Just a bit of a struggle coming up the hill at the end. A lot of great people we're meeting here, and it's just a fun experience.
We decided to back off a little bit just because we've had a lot of good luck and don't want to run out of it. We had a lot of suspension problems when we did the event in 2016, and so we got a much better suspension setup this time, and it's really working.
Broke the axle again. It's now broken through and through, and now the Mongolian, well, is actually trying to get something done that will this time hopefully hold. We're finishing our reinforcement job on the control axle. It looks pretty solid now. We actually invented some sort of second axle under the axle, so it should work.
Got a lot of reroutes today because the track is deemed to be a lot worse than when the original recce was undertaken. No fuel stops, just brakes as we go through, so it's going to be an interesting day.
First few days in Mongolia I thought were a bit rough, and you can kind of tell by all the cars that are needing major frame repairs and, you know, shocks exploding and shooting through the fenders and all that kind of good stuff. So I thought it was a little rough. Today is kind of what I was expecting. This was nice. We enjoyed it thoroughly. Great views, good roads, a lot of fun.
Our catch strap came off and it ripped the shock absorber apart. So we needed to change, and luckily we had a spare one. Yeah, it's a part of the challenge, you know.
It's the second time and you always saved us. I must thank you so much. I think we are the joke of the rally because we are the mascot now. Always the last one.
We overtook a couple of cars and then we changed track and then we made a big bump and then suddenly we heard this noise and then the car was putting like in waves. It was going in waves. So we couldn't figure out what it was, and we got out of the car and then we discovered that the back tires came off and we're hanging on the towing rope behind the car.
But we had a big choice. It was hitting a goat, or a Bentley.
We didn't see a goat.
It was a goat, man. That's why we didn't hit the Bentley.
The day was pretty rough. We had a puncture.
Dad thinks he's a racing driver, whereas he's not a racing driver, which is why our tyre looks like this. And our car is a bit, is struggling a bit.
Today we had a real problem. Our Eiffel Tower on the dashboard fell over and onto the floor. We were lost.
This is the toughest part of the rally. Once we obviously get out of Mongolia, it settles down a little bit. You know, it's all about endurance. That's what it's about. You've got to drive to the conditions and you've got to drive to bring the car home. One of the vehicles got stuck in a river crossing, but we pulled that out.
The car stayed 3 hours in the middle of the river. Everybody's telling Italian's car are not reliable. And try to put your car in the river for 3 hours and turn the key and see if it started like our Alphas.
It's been exciting,
scary in sections?
A lot harder than we thought.
Yeah.
And some of the vets here on the rally are saying this one is a tough one.
So we're leading the rally. We don't take it for granted. We're not going to push our luck, are we?
Yeah.
Because long way to go, anything can happen.
Effectively, mountain roads and farm tracks. You know, if you were driving from Manchester to London and back to Birmingham on farm tracks and mountain paths, you go, you're bloody mental.
The roads are rougher than I thought they'd be, but you know, we're here with everyone else in Ruby, so we're making it every day.
Sometimes I feel embarrassed that I don't have the right words in English to describe this rally. It's fucking awesome.
The first stage was good and a little bit of highway driving now. Dad has done the rally twice before and he wanted me to experience it as well. So yeah, lots of fun so far.
It's a proper endurance event, sort of goes back to the earlier Peking to Paris of 2007, 2010 and we're enjoying it.
There was a reasonably shallow route and a very, very steep route. About 10 cars took the steep route and struggled. Well, pulled 8 or 10 out who couldn't get up the steepest route in first gear and just lost power or slipping the clutches.
We were coming up the hill and the radiator fan went into the radiator and cut it open. So we now have to go to a garage in Novosibirsk and we're going to get flatbedded out.
Forward to Paris!
No one's been able to get up this hill yet. Well, not that I've seen. I've only seen 2 cars.
It's hard. It's really hard. It is not a Sunday afternoon cruising around the city. it's really tough.
Mud and ice and hail and water crossings and sand and what more could you ask for? Just brilliant. Well, we came in with a great smile on our face.
Mud, soft sand, wind, rain, snow.
And mosquitoes.
And mosquitoes.
Flies on the thongs.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
He dare not breathe with your mouth open.
I'm going to Russia, probably looking forward to go to bed without having to put the tent up.
The car is a Rolls-Royce Phantom 1 Springfield. Everything is original in the car, except for the seat and the belt.
And us.
And us.
We've lost the clutch disc on the ride down here, and through the police we've arranged this haul to the Russian border, and hopefully we can get a pull across there and find a way to get a new clutch in and keep her going.
We are waiting on the Mongolian side of the border. We're waiting to cross into Russia. We've got quite a few cars with issues. Some are coming on trucks. One we have in tow here. We're lucky we're still going.
Border crossing is another country. It was difficult for everybody, but I think we made it through in about 5 hours. So that wasn't so bad, I suppose.
Well, just as we turned into the camp tonight, we hit a bump coming in, and next minute the wheels folded under. Then some local Russians leaving the camp, descended on the car, jacked it up, put 2 temporary pins in it, enabling us to get here. Wouldn't take a cent of money, spectacular.
We got here to Russia, we're having a great time. It's beautiful, the sun is shining, the mountains are fabulous, and we're enjoying every minute of driving a 1910 steam car.
Today we go to, I don't know, at 545 kilometers. That's I know, but the village I don't know.
Do I know where I'm going? God, I hope so. But you never quite know, do you?
I was driving this car, the Italian Championship, 20 years ago, and was very, very good.
We're having suspension breakages, we're having drivetrain breakages. This is mostly down to Mongolia and the tough terrain that they're driving on. And that's the whole point of the Peking to Paris Challenge. That's what it's about.
I miss my tent, I miss the dust.
We all need a day off, I think.
I'm very positively impressed about Russia. You know, it's the first time that I'm here in this region. All the kids are fascinated by our cars. It's wonderful.
Done a series of time controls. We've had to maintain quite a high average speed on some loose surfaces. It's been challenging, but they're nice quick roads in Russia, so we're finding it a lot easier than Mongolia.
We were running on 3 bad tires and 1 very, very bad tire without any spares anymore. So we knew we wouldn't be able to make it. So we ran into a very gentle Russian guy and arranged that we could get a spare tire. And yeah, he made my day.
I didn't know I was that famous in Russia. Really, nobody ever told me before.
It's unbelievable. I feel like I'm a rock star. I've never seen so many people turn up to see a bunch of dirty old cars, especially the people working on them. It's great fun though. It's a great atmosphere.
It's unbelievable. The enthusiasm of the people here is really unbelievable. My first time I'm here in Russia, but I'm impressed.
We've got big celebrations to see us off this morning, a great brass band, which is really kind of them to come and see us off. We're on the road to our rest day, which I'm looking forward to getting the car straightened out, getting ourselves straightened out a bit, maybe have a shave.
Eleanor behind us is sparkling clean. Clearly we've been on a jolly. I don't know what the rest of these people have been doing. They've obviously done it tougher than we have.
I love it. You see all the different landscapes, you see the people, you drive through it, sometimes fast, sometimes slow. It's great. It's great.
So we got through the border actually really early, and our car had a broken chassis, so we decided to put it on a truck, and then we got a 13-hour taxi drive.
The car's been in the shop.
We had saunas, HERMAN, swimming, late breakfast.
We've done that as well.
Nightmare.
Well, last time I saw this guy, it was on the back of a transporter.
It's been on 2 trucks actually, one on Mongolian side, and then it got towed across the border, and then it came to this side. There was another tow truck waiting for us that took us to the garage.
I figure we got at least maybe a day and a half before we're at another service station, but till then, we're rocking and rolling, baby.
That's right.
The plan today is to do about 300 kilometres to get ahead of the rest of the rally. Tomorrow when we cross the border, we're with you guys, we're with the rest of the rally.
The plan today is to have no breakdowns, get as many bugs into my teeth as possible, and have a bit of fun. Long way to go yet. A lot of nerves to overcome, but doing all right.
Where are you lying?
Second.
I'm cold.
Changing weather then?
Yes, changing weather. Getting my jacket out.
Day was very hard. A lot of rain.
Yeah, the weather's been pretty tough on us today. I was really scared on the mud section. It was frightening. The car was all over the place. There was mud all over the windscreens, and I accidentally opened my window and got a face full of mud. as we went through a massive mud bath.
The rain was like needles. The glasses went all white. The rain was pouring. We were soaking wet.
But as I've always said, if there's one who can pull this off, it's Anton.
I'm actually glad to say the sun's shining now. We're in Kazakhstan and I'm glad I'm here.
It was not so easy. We thought it was easier, but it was not. Fortunately, we're here. And the radiator is not so happy about the mud.
I've loved it. It's great. It's great fun. They're really lovely people. You know, it's a tough rally, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm glad I'm here. I hope we make it to Paris because I'd be really disappointed if we don't.
We got lost before we were out of Novosibirsk, and then Noel got lost again. I see we lost so much time that the time control was no longer there.
The sun is out, which is the exact opposite of yesterday. One windshield wiper decided to leave the car around 10:30 and the other one stopped working about 11:30 yesterday, which made it kind of rough through the mud.
We've got 5 new panes of glass, the chassis welded, a new front bearing, a back master cylinder, and we're back in action. Still a little bit of problem with the cracked engine block, but other than that, it's all good. It's only a write-off if you give up. We don't give up.
Challenge, the endurance, yeah, it's a great event, and it's like being a big child again.
That Porsche of yours, it looks like a proper rally car.
It is. It is.
Where are you lying at the moment? What position are you in?
In our class, first place. We are happy, but we haven't expected like this, so it's good.
We're talking tactics.
Yeah, it's a big secret.
What sort of tactics?
We can't reveal that, I'm afraid.
When in doubt, go flat out. It's on the back of our car. It's got adventure before dementia.
Yeah.
The wheel came off the car, so unfortunately we were going to hit our time at the hotel, and I don't think we are going to now.
So this has proved a hard rally?
Very hard, yes. We work on the car a little bit every day, sometimes more, sometimes less, but the roads have been tough.
And we're very glad to be here in Astana, or sorry, Nur Sultan, as it is now.
It's tough. It's endurance. It's tough.
There's been some trying days, and it's definitely tiring, but I love it.
Stopped to get a car wash. Our car was covered in probably about 20 pounds of extra mud.
Amazing is this place. I have to say Kazakhstan has surprised me enormously. Tonight, the village that is behind us, they've all come out. The mayor's been here, the governor's been here.
Kazakhstan, proud of their culture, wanting to share it with us, and I think it's an extraordinary thing. It's a great privilege.
People are beautiful. I love the people. It's all about the people for me, really.
Even though I'm burning oil, it's still hanging in there and it's performing really well. I'm very happy and I'm confident we'll make it to Paris.
This was one of the best camps of all the camps. The bonfire yesterday was just amazing. What a welcome by the locals.
We had a couple kind of grueling days of recovering from Mongolia and tired and shop work, and now we're all back fired up again. The tests were brilliant today. They were fun, they were fast, you could slide around a lot, and we had a great time.
We're using a litre of oil every 200 kilometres, so we don't want to take any chances and get stuck anywhere. So we're just going to try and just push on and get to Ufa and get the car fixed.
The last 2 or 3 hours have been horrendous. We've had a lot of backfires and the burner's been howling so loudly you can't hear yourself think. And we've had to stop endless times. It's been a bit slow the last bit.
All of a sudden, in my mirror, I saw my chain slithering on the highway. So the actual link piece just came out of it somehow. Luckily, we had those spares with us, and we worked on the side of the road with the police, and it went good. Tomorrow we'll run the road again.
Today we're crossing the border back into Russia, which will be interesting.
We're still in second place overall in Classics, yes.
Can you challenge the leaders?
We are not sure. We hope we can sort of keep up with them, but we think we'll lose some seconds here and there.
It's been the most difficult event I've ever done. I think every day we've had something wrong, but the clutch fell to pieces when we were coming in from the town, so it's taken us till now to finish that.
It's amazing, we are already in Europe, so it's a big step, and I think now it's a home run.
The suspension's falling to pieces, half the controls don't work, but it's going really well.
I'm optimistic. We have less oil consumption than we've had the last 4 or 5 days, so if that's the case, it's looking good. We don't have to keep buying stock in an oil company.
We went to the Russian Ford dealership. Everybody came around to look at the car because they hadn't seen a 1931 Model A Ford in their shop. They wouldn't work on it, however, until they cleaned it, totally cleaned it. So at any rate, we got everything done, tried to pay the bill, and they said, no, we take no money. And so they were just, they all took pictures, we all had pictures, we all shook hands, had a wonderful experience.
It is a real experience, yes. It is something very different. I've done car rallies before, but nothing really prepared me for this.
We have so far used 27 tyres. And I think if there's a trophy for the greatest number of tyres, we should get it.
If you're doing a normal rally back in the UK or in Europe, the event is perhaps over the weekend or maybe a week long. Here, you know, it's relentless. Punishment for the car and for the occupants. It's brutal at times.
I saw things in my life I've never seen. I've never seen the Inner Mongolia. I've never seen the Desert Gobi before. I've never seen Ulaanbaatar. I've never been in Siberia. I've never crossed the Ural. I've never seen the Volga, and on and on and on. It's absolutely amazing.
I think it's really nice that every town, you know, the people, the way they turn out, turn it into a festival. Obviously everybody loves old cars everywhere around the world. So.
I haven't been here in 25 years, and it is a lot nicer than it was 25 years ago.
There are always little surprises every day, you know, little challenges you have to manage and keep the machine rolling.
You know, there's always ups and downs, but it's all about endurance, and we're enduring. So hopefully we can keep going.
It was a great day. Very happy to arrive here and without any damage. Just have to clean the car. So it's I think it's a great day today.
We've had a suspension going through the engine bay that broke down, and so I think we ran 500k on the broken suspension and affected the shaft, the drive shaft. Today we're not as great because of that shaft. I think we came out second or third. Usually we're pretty fast on the test, yeah, we love those.
So far so well. We are second, so I'm happy.
The roads are getting better now in Western Russia, so things are looking pretty good. We'll get to the Baltic states here in a few days, and it's a home stretch.
I know we're close to St. Petersburg. It's been unbelievable. I don't know how we're going to describe this to people. In fact, I don't think we can.
We're always talking about cars, but I think what is also very important is that I've never been sitting so close to someone for 5 weeks. it's not only about the cars, but it's about friendships, about connection with people.
I've done business in all my life, so I only see an airport, a hotel and an office, but never the people. This is the way to see all of that, plus all the beautiful sceneries.
I've really enjoyed Russia. Generally speaking, the people have been fabulous, the scenery fabulous. Loved the country, really loved it.
We're back on the road. We have a new Russian rear axle and wheels. The axle came off a Chaika, which is a Russian limousine. So now we have smaller rear wheels and front wheels, pressed steel versus wood. It's not pretty, but it works.
Today we're going to cross the border from Russia into Finland.
Tonight is Helsinki. After that I'm confused, but we're going to Helsinki today.
It feels like we're just about to get to the top of the hill and we're going to start running downhill towards Paris.
You know, we need to button it up, tighten it up, and start hammering it here. So I'm ready to go. I'm really ready to roll.
We just crossed the border. Literally, as we passed the border, our clutch cable broke. And I'm not going to tell you who broke it, but Mario did most of the driving.
I kind of feel home, so I'm very happy that we're back to Europe, and Paris seems to be every day closer.
How many tyres are you up to now?
Well, we've done 28 days, we've done 29 tyres. Not a bad effort.
28 day going from Finland to the ferry to Estonia, I think. I'm actually quite happy. I got the first time the real feeling that we can make it.
I'm starting to get depressed that Paris is coming up. What am I going to do when we get there? I'm not even sure what to do with myself going forward. What an epic journey.
Oh, that was fantastic. Yep, one of the best tracks we've had so far. Really enjoyed it.
Most people would think that it's not that nimble, but it's an extremely nimble car, and that sort of terrain for us is perfect.
So are you still in the lead now then, Jerry?
Yes, we are, yeah. Just got to be sensible now and try and not to do anything silly.
A finish to Finland, which was a great finish. Really tight, lots of change of direction, good undulations, and I actually absolutely loved it.
Well, we've just arrived in Helsinki's ferry port. Everyone's just sort of reflecting on the tests that we've just done. Lots of excitement going on. People have obviously got their spirits much higher because of the tests.
And this is all new country to me. First time in Lithuania, Estonia and Latvia, so it's going to be fun.
So the valve rod seized on the engine we replaced. So we're going to use the bottom end off the other engine, which is good, and we're using the head off the old engine, which we started in Beijing with, to make one engine, and that's it. It's our last hurrah. Otherwise, game over.
Eight days to drive until Belgium. There will be no more rest days. They will be driving every day.
Only a week to go. I said I was going to make it.
Yeah, we're in the lead. Our lead was 2 minutes coming out of Mongolia, and we're now up to 2 minutes 14. So we're not going to be complacent. We've got 2 more rallycross stages today, and we're going to push on and see if we get maybe 3.5 minutes before we get to Poland.
dust is actually much more abrasive. I've got it in my eyes and I can't actually see very well. It's much worse than the dust even in Mongolia, that's hard to believe.
I was enjoying very much. The circuit is very tricky. I did a couple of mistakes, but at the end I have done the best time.
Amazing track, and I think we did quite well.
How has the rally gone for me so far? Not as I expected, but so what? You know what? I'm having a great time. It's been really, really tough on so many levels, but overall I wouldn't trade it, and one of the biggest pluses are the people. The people in this event and has been amazing, and the people you meet in the countries and everything, so yeah.
It's getting close now, it's just over a week to go. I don't know why I looked at my watch at that point, because it's not going to tell me it's a week to go, but it is only a week to go.
And the time is running so fast right now, yeah. So we have exactly 1 week, and I think we will feel it like 2 days.
We're very much looking forward to Paris, and we hope that our little Lancer will bring us to Paris. And she, and Claudia.
It's going fantastic today. The sun is shining brightly, and for us it's not important to win, or it's a trip for us.
So adding to the list of things on the dashboard to date, we've got the lucky pine cone from Russia here, and they gave it to us an hour after our wheel suspension collapsed. So if we'd had the lucky pine cone, that would never have happened.
Steering wheel came loose today, came loose in my hand, so it's not the easiest way to drive.
We estimate that about the longest continuous journey a steam car ever went on is probably around 2,000 miles. We don't think there's ever been a steam car that's tried to go almost 9,000 miles in a continuous go. So we're already 6,000 or 7,000 miles into it, and we think we can get into Paris and steam down the Champs-Élysées and break the record.
We're doing a triple header today. We're starting in Latvia, we're traversing through Lithuania, and heading into Poland.
I am fabulous, enjoying the lovely, lovely European landscape.
It's a great experience, a most extraordinary way of testing your car, testing yourself.
I think we're in third place, about 4 or 5 seconds behind Danglard. And we sort of knew that was going to happen because he has a lot more torque and power, so on the tracks he always gains a few seconds. We've been in second almost forever, and he's been slowly chipping away, and finally he got us today.
We're 8th overall and 4th officially in our class because the 6 of the 7 cars in front of me are all in the same class.
Are we going to get to Paris?
I will tell you when I'm in Paris.
I love driving in Mongolia, the rally style driving. It's one of the first times I've ever done real rally style driving, and I've learned that I think I like it. I like it a lot. Driving here in Poland has been kind of the #2 highlight for me. Those tree-lined avenues with being able to just cruise down them has been a lot of fun as well.
I lost my number plate in Mongolia, but anyway, I got given one in China, in Beijing, by some friendly Chinese people. So I've been warned that once I get to Germany, they're going to be really strict. I need a number plate on the front and the back. So I pulled out the one that got given, and I think it's quite funny.
What's Jill driving like?
She's pretty fast, but I'm no longer afraid. I've decided if it's time to die, it's time to die.
gone incredibly well. It's a very tiring event, it's a stressful event, but the people and everything has gone well, and above all, our car has gone well, which we were more than surprised about.
The airfield, that was a lovely run. It was a little bit more of a navigational challenge, but we got it all right. Unfortunately, we had a car or two in front of us, which was a little slow, and that kind of bogged us down. So I'm not sure we quite hit the times we wanted to hit. We would have if those cars hadn't been there, but you know, that's a little bit of the luck of the draw.
Days are long, they're getting longer, we get more tired by the day, but it's good so far.
This morning we are heading to, I don't know, some racetrack here in the city, and the biggest challenge is to find the right car park for the MTC, as there are apparently 3 car parks. So if I get through this challenge, then we'll hit the road direction Wolfsburg, yeah?
This morning, that closed road section was just fantastic. It was tight, twisty, slippy, a little bit uphill for the Morris Minor to struggle its way up, but yeah, we were okay. I'm in good spirits.
For the moment, it's going much better than Mongolia. You know, our car is a bit more good for this kind of circuits and things, so we're fast now, we're fast.
Driving the impossible is the right claim for this endurance rally, and we are very happy with Alan about this adventure.
Oh, no, we've been slightly competitive. Jamie in the Morris is trying to catch us at the moment, so he's a couple of minutes behind. So we're just keeping ahead of Jamie, keeping him honest.
I think the adventure has been absolutely phenomenal, and I think the key to enjoying the adventure has been the interactions with all the people that we've met.
An amazing sense of camaraderie and friendship amongst the drivers and navigators. Unbelievable.
In a perverse kind of way, the more your car breaks, the more fun you have, because every time it breaks you have to, use resourcefulness and inventiveness to solve it, and most of that is done with the help of locals. And they come up with incredible solutions and find parts that fit exactly. It's just absolutely amazing.
I did it first in 1997, and that was with John Bryson, that's Matthew's father. For me, it's probably just the most memorable one because it was the first one, 2010, I took the Holden and we won that one. 2013, we won that one as well. 2016, we didn't do so good. We lost all our oil pressure in the desert. And now we've got number 6, which is this one. So here we are, 2 days out of Paris, fingers crossed, lots of prayers.
We're pretty solidly second at the moment. Graham and Marina have done a really good rally. They've got about 4 or 5 minutes on us, I think. We've got no chance of catching them. We've got one test to do and one regularity really to do before we get to Paris. But as everyone knows, anything can happen in rallying.
My aim is to be the first steam car ever to go from Peking to Paris, and we're almost there.
I can't stand the word Paris. I'm so depressed about going to Paris. I'm not sure. How do you get to Beijing?
There's so much at stake. The times are so close, but yeah, you can just feel it. You can feel it with everybody. Just things are peaking, and it's really exciting.
Today we will be in Belgium, and I'm still surprised how it was possible to get this old lady from 1927 from Beijing to Paris. It's still, for us, it's still a miracle.
It's been an amazing adventure, but it's been tough. It's been brutal on the car, much harder than I expected. But the car survived it. Fingers crossed we're going to make it to the end. We've got a long day today. We're just cruising to the finish now. Just car preservation and people preservation, and we're looking forward to the end.
much more of an endurance than we thought, but overall it's been a life-changing experience.
This is a historical moment and first tricycle in 112 years to get from Peking to Paris.
Who would have thought of that? We made it.
We had really fun. Great rally. At last in Vegas.
Driving the impossible that you already know, it's also experiencing the unbelievable.
Brilliant!
We always knew we were going to get it.
Yeah, we were pretty convinced.
We're not quite sure when, but we knew we were going to get it.
It's great to be able to do this rally with my dad.
I tell you, it's a lot of teamwork, and you have to rely on your partner, and it's nice to achieve something together.
You know, you anticipate seeing the people that you love, your family, right, your friends, and you think, oh, that's going to be so great, but then when you do, it's so much better.
This is phenomenal. He's the best racer. I wouldn't have done it with anybody else.
But the friendship overall is just fantastic.
Somewhat relieved to be here, somewhat surprised to be here, but absolutely over the moon.
Well, it's amazing. We've done a few events before, but we've never done one as hard as this. And to be the first Bentley to win ever on Peking to Paris in the 100-year anniversary of Bentley first being made is fantastic.
This is the third time I've done it, and each time my life changes.
It was a test of machinery and friendship, and we came through unscathed, both us and the car.
I think you prove things to yourself. I think you find in yourself your willingness to keep going no matter how beat you are, no matter what it's like, you find a way to get through it, and I think in the end you're a better person for it.
Been tears, blood, sweat, but I can wipe it with my gold medal.
I can never forget this. So that's it, Peking to Paris in one.
It's an adventure since day one, and I've loved it.
It's the world's best ever geography lesson.
When you look at all this together, actually I see that you're all winners, irrespective of medals, irrespective of other things. You really are all the winners here.
My personal vote, however, goes to the driver and the navigator of the tricycle. Especially for the navigator, takes balls of steel. Because I would never want to be in that position.
Peking Paris is certainly the greatest challenge, the greatest adventure in world motorsport, and it's probably the greatest challenge, the greatest adventure in world sport. It's a test not only of endurance, but it's a test of spirit.
I tell you what, it's like a family. We'll all remember each other forever. And if you've not done this before, as I said earlier, it'll be life-changing for you and you've made some wonderful things. Thank you everybody, and God bless you.
We are all heroes. We are one big family of heroes.